Good morning students and welcome to the classes of costing and taxation. We were doing cost of materials and we had already done some of the methods of valuation of materials such as FIFO and LIFO. However, the complete work is not done. There are certain situations that needs to be understood by you so that you can do a full-fledged complete sums. So in today's class we'll be starting with treatment of some special items. It says that what will you do if something special happens. For example, receipts and issues, normal receipts and issues happen every time, but what will happen if sometimes someone returns your materials, or what will happen if you return the materials purchased to someone else, then what is to be done? Or if a normal loss takes place, for example, due to pilferage or leaking or evaporation, normal loss takes place, then what is to be done? And if abnormal loss takes place, for example, there is a theft or a fire in which the materials are of or stock are destroyed, then what is to be done? So these are some of the special items which should be known by you, and any of them can come in exam, especially returns and waste. Returns of materials and wastage of materials are the most common topics that come in exam. Actually these are the only topics, they will obviously come in exam, so they are important. So I'll solve small examples to make you understand the treatment of these special items. The first one is returns of materials issued. So what happens that when the production department does not need any extra unit of goods, or the stores department has transferred extra unit of goods to the production department that it does not need, so what happens, the production departments, it returns the materials back to the stores department. So when goods come back to the stores department, whenever any goods enter into the stores department, it is to be recorded in the stores ledger, right? So this time when the goods will return from any other department to the stores department, then what will happen, we'll record this return as a receipt. See, these returns are treated as receipts, means it will be treated as if these goods were purchased again. And at which price? At the price in which they were issued. They will be recorded as purchase at the price in which they were issued. Okay, let's solve a small example in this one. So there is a small example, 2017 July 1 opening balance 500 piece at the rate of 2. Then on 3rd July, acha, this is on FIFO basis, right? On FIFO basis. Okay. So on July 1 opening balance, on July 3rd issues 70 pieces obviously from this. Then on July 7 what happened? Receipts were made of 200 pieces at the rate of 2.10. And then on July 9 what happened, return from department. Which department? Say production department. Returns from production department, how many pieces? 20 pieces. 20 pieces. Acha, now these goods were returned from issue of where, means from which date issue? From issue date 3/7/17. Means the goods that were issued, listen carefully, these 70 units that were issued on 3rd July to the production department, or yes, these were returned back by the production department. How many goods were returned? 20 units. Okay, so the price at which they were issued, they will be taken back at the same price. So this is a very simple example. We know the price will be 2 rupees because there is no other goods. So we'll return take the units return at 2 rupees only, but for 20 pieces of goods. So let's solve this. 2017 1, July 1. Units, nothing in receipts. First we'll write in balance 500, 2 rupees, 1000, right? Second, in July 3rd, July 3rd, in July 3rd issues were made, right? How many? 70 units. At which rate? At the rate of 2, obviously. So 140. And here we have how many units left? 430 units at the rate of rupees 2, 860. Next date is July 7. So on July 7 receipts were made at the rate of 2.10, so 420, right? Let me check. 200 into 2.1, yes, 420. So nothing on issue, so we'll write the balance. Balance will be 630 units, right? There are 430 and 200, so the rate will be 2 rupees and 2.10. Here let's write 430 and 200, so the total becomes 630. I don't have space over here, I don't have space over here, so I'm writing it down. You can make a bracket over here, like this, and you can write 630 over here. Everyone writes it over here, but since I don't have any space, so I'm writing it over here. Now the amount 860 plus 420, 1280. Now the last thing what happened on July 9, what happened? Return from the production department 20 piece. So if I am getting return, see there are two types of return, for example like purchase return or sales return. So this is sales return come back to us, and purchase return we return back to the supplier. So this is a kind of a sale return. We had issued some goods, and so these goods they are coming back to us. Okay, so how many units came back to us? 20 units. Now at which rate? The rate at which they were issued on July 3rd, they were issued at the rate of 2, so they will be purchased back or returned back at the rate of 240. Nothing in issues. Now here we'll write 410, then 200, 2 2.10. Sorry. Okay, so this will become, it was 430, we have received 20 units of these goods more, so this will become 450. 450 into 2, 900, and 200 into 420. 900 plus 420 is equal to 1320. So 1320 we'll write over here. So this is how the return from the issued units are treated. They are to be treated as receipts of goods. and the rate, always remember, the rate will be at the rate at which they were issued. Now every time in the sum, how will we know that at what rate these goods were issued? They will mention you it from issue date. The issue date from the goods which are returned, they will always be mentioned, and then you'll have to record the goods at the same rate. So understood? So how see how the balance changed from 430 to 450. Okay. Next we have return of material to supplier. Now this is what? This is purchase return, that we are returning it back to the supplier, right? We had purchased from them, means we made a receipt, we had receipt from them, and now we are issuing them back for some reason. For example, the quality of the goods were not good, or we do not require so much goods, so they have sent us extra quantity of goods. Whatever be the reason, the materials are what happened, they are returned to the supplier. Now what, how will they be treated? The materials will be treated, the return of materials will be treated as an issue, and the issue will be made at the same price the goods were purchased. So this, here the materials were treated as a receipt, and here the materials will be treated as an issue. Okay, so let's solve the a similar kind of example. On July 1, opening balance 500 pieces, 2 rupees. July 3, issues. July 7, receipt 200 pieces. And July 9, return to supplier from units purchased on date 7/7/17. Means the return, these units which were purchased on July 7, 200 pieces were purchased. Out of them, 20 pieces were, what happened, they were returned to the supplier. Now how will we record this one? We will record this as an issue. So let's do it. Acha, the first two columns will remain same, so I'm just copying it. Okay, so the first three columns are same, so what I did, I just copy pasted it. Now see, opening balance was 500 pieces at 2 rupees, 500 pieces at 2 rupees. Then what happened, then issues were made at 70 pieces at 2 rupees, obviously, so 70 pieces as 2 rupees. And then receipts were made 200 at 2.10, so 200 into 2.10. Now at the time of balance, 430 plus 200, everything will be same, except on July 9, what happened, return to supplier, means I have returned some goods to supplier. So goods are going away from me. When goods come to me, they are recorded in the receipt side. When goods go away from me, they are recorded in the issue side. So this time they are going away from me. They are being returned to the supplier. So they will be issued as a, they will be treated as an issue. 20 units. Now at what price? Now look at the price at which they were purchased. From units purchased on 7/7/17, means from these units. So the rate was 2.10. Fine. So 20 into 2.1 is equal to 42. 42. Right. So this will remain same. 430. No change. Now these goods were returned, these units were returned from these units, so this will be reduced 180. Total number of goods 610. Right, the rate is 2 rupees for this and 2.1 for this. So what will be the total? 1280 minus 42, so the total will be 1238. Sorry, 1238. Okay, 430 into 2 and 180 into 2.1. Now if the materials were issued, if the materials were returned from opening balance. If the materials were not returned from this one, if they were returned from opening balance, then the rate here we would write would be only 2 rupees, not 2.1. Okay, because the rate of the opening balance was 2 rupees itself. So make the adjustments accordingly. So in the above one, what we did, in the special item of in the special item A, when materials were returned to us, we added back the materials, and this became 450 from 430. Here what happened, here materials were returned to us. So here we have returned the materials to the supplier. So here what happened, here we have subtracted the units and written. Okay, now let's come to the last special item, treatment of materials from one department to another. Now sometimes what happens, materials are transferred from one department to another. So whenever materials are transferred, whenever inter-department transfer is made inside the company, what happens, they are not recorded anywhere. Suppose in the sum they say that 500 units of at the rate of 3 were transferred from department A to department B, or from job A to job B. So whenever this inter-department or inter-job transfer is made, they will not be recorded neither on issue side nor on the receipt side, right? So any transfer of materials from job or department to another does not require any entry in the stores. I hope you have copied all this. All this was meant to be copied. All this small explanation and these examples, they were supposed to be copied. So if you haven't copied, copy it now. Now I suppose you have copied. If you have any query in today's class, then ask out. That will be all for today. Thank you so much and have a nice day.